Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Marriage Bliss. Tonight is going to be a blessing. Tonight is going to be fantastic. Tonight, you're going to learn something new about yourself, about your partner, or perhaps even about your friends, because the love language is not just for friends, it's for even your children as well, but most importantly, for your spouse. So, welcome. If you're on here, kindly invite someone to join us because we all need to learn more about this. And I think there is so much that we can learn that, we don't really know about. So if you're on here, kindly send out an invite someone. I'm just going to send my invites as well. But at the same time, let me just post the link to invite my special guest. I've just posted it. So when she comes on, and then we will have a chat. But for now, kindly invite someone. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to look for the link for the love language test. So when you come on, you can quickly get it done. And then as we talk about it, you will know where you fit in. So please invite someone. Whilst I also do that now, I'm sharing the live now to some friends. So you do the same. We'll give ourselves, it's one pass now, we'll give ourselves another 2 to 3 minutes, and then my special guest will come on and then we will zoom in. So whilst we're doing that now, please, please, please invite someone to join in. You don't want to miss this tonight. It's going to be fantastic, honestly. You guys are going to enjoy this. So please invite someone to join us. Let me see. I think I'm going to invite most of the groups from my school. They need to learn about this as well. Yeah. So yes. Let's see. Here we are. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If you come on, say hello, say hi, because I can't see you if you're there. So say hi when you come on. Let's know you're there. Okay, I've just sent a few invites out now. Yes. Okay, 2 more minutes. And then I see my guest is ready to come on now. I can see you. I'll just get you on in a minute. Give me just a second, sis. Just a second. Let me send this one to, so join us, guys. Okay. Excellent. Okay. All sent out. Right. So now I'm just going to invite my special guest on and then we will get going. Let me just add her. Hey, beautiful.
Hello.
Check you out.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
Excellent. How's family? How's your week?
It's fine. Everybody's okay. Weekend is a bit chilled. How about you?
Very relaxing out here as well. Yeah, it's been very relaxing out here.
You look nice. I love the hair.
Thank you. Yours too. I should be coming to you for some hairstyle tips because I really love it. Lord, you look beautiful tonight.
Thank you. All for you. All for you.
Where's hubby?
He's let's say backstage.
Oh, okay.
he's so backstage watching. Yeah, and putting the little one to bed as well.
Okay, excellent. Welcome, Marion.
Thank you. Thank you.
To come on. So let's just go straight into it. So now I just want you to, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and all about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Marion, obviously. My last name is Addy. I am a wife and I am a mother to a lovely little girl called Harmony. Okay, so in terms of what do I do, professional background, I work for a national retailer.
Okay.
And what I do is I manage their supply chain. So that is pretty much me in a nutshell. Obviously, you can see my name is known by Marion. So I have started, I was appointed, or let's say called, we had a 21-day fast, the Daniel fast in Jan. And during that fast, I've always sort of known that I've been called to ministry. And I started singing in the choir and stuff in my local church, but I knew there was a little bit more to me. And I've loved everything to do with love. I've loved everything to do with marriage. I mean, I am a hopeless, self-confessed, hopeless romantic. Hopeless romantic. Put me on the moon with anybody else and leave me there, and I'll be fine. And I'll be fine. So yes, so it was one of the things that during the prayers came, that ministry of marriage. And I just felt like, oh, ministry of marriage. Why me? Who? Me? God, is it me? Because then I just feel like, oh, I'm too underqualified to do this thing, you know. And the more I fought it, the more he revealed things to me. It felt like I'd even started doing this before I realized I was doing it.
You were doing it, yes.
I remember back in the day, I used to organize, because I've done events to my background. So I'd done events with the church. So I've organized events for married couples during Valentine's Day, decorated the church and done all those things. So do you know what? I gave up in the end, because whilst I was giving him excuses, he just said to me, stop giving me excuses whilst I'm trying to bring you a solution. So I said, okay, I'm going to back off now, God. You have your way. And then here we are. From the moment I started speaking to my friends and others, they just started getting me in the right direction. And then here I am. Yes.
Wow.
So that is me in a nutshell. I don't want to talk too much about me today.
Wow, but that is marvelous. I mean, I know God brought us together for a reason, because your story is just like mine. You know, that question, who am I? Like, who am I to be talking about marriage or leading people to, you know, talking about marriage and all that? But God called you for a reason. There is always a reason. So I know for sure that God called you for a reason. Anyway, tonight we're here to talk about the love languages.
Yes.
Someone will ask, why do we have to know about the love languages?
Okay, so first of all, let me explain what the love language is quickly. I'll just give you a quick background of what the love language is. And you are right. Somebody would ask, what is the love language? So there is this counselor called Dr. Chapman, and he was a counselor for years, a marriage counselor to be specific. Okay. And each time a couple came to him with a problem, obviously as a counselor, he's got to find a solution to that problem. So every time they came in, it was the same. So he realized that the stories or the situations were all repetitive. He realized that, okay, the same issue. And it was one thing, one person saying, I don't feel like I'm loved. The other says, I'm giving my all. So he started reviewing his cases, and then he realized that, okay, there's a pattern. Okay, so then he grouped all this pattern into 5 love languages. Okay, and these 5 love languages are, we've got acts of service. Okay, we've got physical touch. Okay, we have got quality time. We've got words of affirmation. And then what's the last one? What haven't I said? And the receiving of gifts.
Receiving of gifts, And
receiving of gifts. Okay, so there are 5. Now, what is a love language? It's that language that you speak to your significant other that allows them to feel loved by you. Okay. And the reason why I say is for your significant other is because we always feel that we know how to love. We are giving our best. We always feel that, oh my God, when you are in love, yes, you do everything else for that person. You feel like I'm giving my best to them. But are you loving the person how they want to be loved? Or are you loving them how you feel that they should be loved? That is the question. And that's what the whole idea of a love language is in these 5 things, love me how I want you to love me, and not how you feel I should be loved. Okay, so that in a nutshell is what this love language is, and that's it.
To put them down. So we've got the acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, giving of gifts.
Yeah.
What was the last one again?
So you've got acts of service.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Physical touch.
Physical touch is what I missed. Yeah.
Yeah, physical touch.
Okay, excellent. I'm just putting it down so when people see this. Okay. So you did mention, and this is what I've realized, that even myself, I put my hands up several times where I felt, okay, this is my love language, and this is what you should be like as well. But from what you're saying, it's not so.
No, unfortunately, it's not.
Can you elaborate a bit more?
Okay, so every single person that you would meet would have a love language. Okay, whether they are aware of it or not, they do.
Yeah.
Okay? and the reason why I'm saying whether you're aware of it, they do, is until you go and do the test, sometimes you didn't realize that you even had a love language.
That's right.
So self-awareness is a key thing to have. Hence, we advise go and take the test. But the fact that I am loving, so let me just even take it down to basics. Anna, I'm going to ask you for permission to be my spouse in this minute, okay? And I'm just going to do a quick role play with you. Okay. So the quick role play I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to you in a language, and I'm going to tell you the most sweetest thing in this language, okay? And I'm hoping you don't understand the language. Do you understand? Do you speak Ga?
Well, few.
Okay. So let's pretend you don't speak Ga, okay? Let's pretend you don't understand this. And I'm gonna say the sweetest thing to you in Ga, okay?
Yeah.
Anna, me no hefe for is small boy. Oh, no hefe for like. I've said the sweetest thing ever to you.
Yeah.
You don't understand the language.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I've said the sweetest thing to you. Your face is telling me you don't understand it. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this woman? I've literally just said the most sweetest thing to her.
Yeah.
But her face is showing me she doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
We have a barrier. I am trying to love you how I feel I should love you. It doesn't mean it's in the absence of love, because I am giving you love. So it's not the absence of love. You can't receive that love from me because you don't understand me. And it's as simple as that. So I'm here giving it all the words, giving you everything else, thinking, well, that should make an impact. That should tick the box. I'm done. You don't get it, Anna. You don't understand it. And this is it. The fact that you are with somebody and you are giving them everything you possibly think you can. Have you paused for a minute to ask them the question, honey, am I giving you the love that you deserve? Do you feel loved by me? Is there anything I can do better? Is there something that I am missing? You do reviews, don't you? Even when you're working for your employer, you do reviews, because sometimes you think you are giving the best of your work, and your employer might call you to say, no, you're not. Here are some of the key things that you've missed. And then you've got a guidance, so then you follow that. So why wouldn't you do that in your relationship? Why wouldn't you do that in your marriage?
Good question. That's a good question.
So that's pretty much it. It's me speaking in a language that you need to understand. And that's where we gain a common ground. And then you're going to feel loved by me.
Excellent. I like that. Guys, before we go on, if you have any questions, you can actually join us on this live, or you can put your questions down and then we will answer it. But please feel free to come on this live if you want to, because tonight we just want to learn. And I've got my book here, so yes, I am learning something. Okay, so now let's go into it one by one. Acts of service. I'll put it up.
Okay, so acts of service. Now, the word speaks for itself. So this group here is all about action. Okay. So if your love language is acts of service, it's all about action. It's more of what can I do for this person. So if you are with somebody whose love language is acts of service, is what can I do for this person to take some pressure off them? Okay, so the key word is taking pressure off them. Okay, so what are some of the things that you can do to take pressure off the person? Well, why don't you find out from the person? Find out. So
Okay.
what is your day like? What have you got planned today? What is your day like? Have a nose, understand what it is that they've got doing and where they're gonna be feeling pressed. Now, there is the notion, or there's the stereotype, or there's the perception when it comes to acts of service that women don't need help. We do.
Yeah.
We do need help, okay?
Yeah.
More often than not. And sometimes we don't say it because of our cultural background, because culture has played a significant role in us feeling that as women, we are called to do everything.
Everything, yeah.
We are not called to do everything. Yes, we can. We are super women. And if push comes to shove, we would do it.
Yeah.
But we would appreciate some help. And don't get me wrong, and I'm not going to try and be gender biased here as well, because there are some men that also have acts of service as their love language as well. So what are some of the things that you can do? Okay, so you can say to an acts of service person that today, I tell you what, darling, I'll come home early today and I'll do the cooking. She doesn't have to do the cooking, or he doesn't have to do the cooking for a change. You come home early, come and do the cooking. Today, why don't you put your feet up? I would bath I'll give the kids a bath and put them to bed. It's the little things around, it doesn't have to be the big gestures. They're not asking you to come in, put your cape on and do all their work for them. No. They would appreciate if you could lend them a helping hand. So they've put the washing in the washing machine. You've seen that the washing machine is done. Don't wait for them to come and take it out themselves too. Think about it. Oh, she's out there doing something, or he's out there doing something else. The washing is done. Get the error out. Take the washing out. That is the little thing you can do. It's those little things here and there. And then it comes to the big things. Maybe they are pressed, okay? And you can see they are stressed. But this person is not asking for help. That's where you come in. That's where you come in, and you sweep in and you say, I can see you are stressed and I want to take something away from you. So
can I ask a question quickly there?
Go on, darling.
I can see a scenario with what you're talking about, and then the other person will say, but why don't you ask for the help?
Okay, so yes. So why doesn't that person ask for their help? Remember that person over there, especially if it's a woman, I'm trying to not be gender biased, but I feel acts of service is a natural instinct for the women.
Yeah,
the natural instincts for the women. So apologies to all the men on here if you've got acts of service and you think I'm being gender biased. I am not. It's a natural instinct. So a woman, and I said culture plays a big significant role in this. We feel like we have to do everything. So then asking for help, or the woman asking for help, is automatically seen as lazy. Okay, lazy. And it's not. They are pressed. They are humans. We are all humans. And if you're a man too, the same. You are pressed. It's not about being a lazy man. You are pressed. So yes, they may not necessarily ask for help, or maybe they have. Maybe they've nagged you about something. Maybe they haven't come and said, I need help. Help me. Put your cape on. But maybe they've nagged you. Maybe they said to you that, oh, so you could even put the rice on whilst the stew. So you could even put the rice on whilst the stew is cooking. So I'm cooking the stew. Wants me to come and cook the rice too. You see, listen to that nag. Listen to that first thing. There's a nag there. Okay. The next thing is, so I've bathed the kids. So, would you not? You could even put the clothes on or something for the kids. Oh, so you're waiting for me to come and do that one too. Okay, she get on and do it. Okay. She's coming. She can see that there are toys and stuff around. She starts picking them, and she's like, would you like to help me? Could you kindly help me? But maybe you're not even listening. Maybe you're not even listening to the nag. So this person is probably feeding it out to you, not necessarily coming to say, I need help, okay? Because remember, these people would naturally shy away from asking for help. And there are some who are bold enough not to shy away. So it's two things. It's either the person is nagging you, and you need to start listening to the nag and using it as your prompt point to say, okay, this person needs help.
Okay.
Or you can tell that the person is stressed. You know your partner. Be observant. Okay, observe them, observe their mood. You would know very well that this person is stressed, especially when she's in the midst of something, ask her something, all of a sudden she's like, oh, you can tell. You can tell. You be like, honey, take a chill pill. Okay, what do you need help with? That is your prompt. And if you're an act of service person, I am begging you, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. Okay. So maybe don't also assume because your partner or I'm sorry, or your husband or your spouse is not a mind reader. They are not mind readers. Please, please, please ask for help and ask it in a way that is not demanding. Okay. Ask it in a way that is not demanding. Love does not make demands. Love makes requests. So requests say, I'm gonna finish the stew up. Can you kindly put the rice on for me? It would be much of a help if you could kindly do this for me. You're asking, but you're requesting in a nice way.
In a nice way. I love that. Guys, we're talking about the acts of service. That is the first one we're talking about now. And the nuggets that are dropping, Michael, Ade, you're right. The nuggets that are dropping, it's fantastic. Because again, I've seen scenarios where, you know, women, our culture has made it to seem like we don't ask for help. If we do, we're lazy. And Marion is telling us and letting us know it is okay to ask for help.
Yes.
The other thing is don't assume. Don't assume that the person on the other side knows that you need a help. Okay? So ask for help. And also the other person too, listen to the little nags here and there. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
absolutely
spot on.
We move on. The next one, words of affirmation.
Okay, so words of affirmation, and I'm just again, it speaks for itself. It's you affirming words to the other person. Okay, so this typical group are the tell me. They love to hear. They love to hear things. Okay, so if you are with somebody that is words of affirmation or have words of affirmation as their lead language, they want to hear. So they want to hear. If they look good, tell them because they know they look good, but they want to hear it from you. If you love them, tell them. In as much as you show them, say the words, I love you. Tell them, okay? And there are so many dialects to words of affirmation. It's not just about simple. You have be empathetic. You have empathetic words. You have sympathy words. You have encouraging words. There's a time and place for everything. Okay, so words of affirmation does not just necessarily mean that go and read them a love poem. No, yes, you can read them a love poem if you want to, but there's a time and place for everything. So these people thrive on words. You encourage them through words. You speak love to them through words. And words can be spoken, they can be written. Hey, write me a love letter. I'm in there. You know, they can be spoken, they can be written, but they want to hear it from you. Don't also assume that just because you are showing them love in other ways means they know. Again, you are showing them love in other ways, but is it their love language? No, it's not. I want to hear it. If I look good and I step out and I look good, you should tell me. I'm confident enough to know I look good, but I would appreciate it if you say to me, I look good. Okay. And the same way, if something happens and you are sorry, tell me, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't do well. I'm sorry. Don't assume that just because we are laughing now or it's gone over my head, you know, or I've let it go, doesn't mean that it's not hurting. I'm still hurting. Be okay to come out and say, I'm sorry. If I come in and you're like, wow, darling, you look gorgeous. Wow, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. Throw words at me. If you are not sure of where to go, or you are somebody that is not great with words, go to Google. Go to Google.
Ask Siri.
Ask Siri. Go to Google.
Alexa.
Alexa. Go to Google. Hey, go to the Bible. Go to Songs of Solomon.
That's right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Go to Songs of Solomon. It will tell you how to woo your woman or how to woo your man. All these love languages, we've done it from when we were courting without even realizing that we're doing it. How many times do you not call that say, I called to say I love you. You hang up. Oh, you hang up. Oh no, you hang up. Oh no, you hang up. You had a lot to say then, and then all of a sudden we got married. You don't have anything to say. Go on to Google, get yourself some emotional books, read about it, gain some knowledge. And all you have to do is keep dropping those gems here and there. Keep dropping it, keep dropping the words in. Send them a text. Send them a text. Don't just say it, mean it.
I love that.
Let it come from a sincere place as well. Let it come from a sincere place as well. So there are so many things. They are going for a job interview. You know that they are nervous. This is somebody with words of affirmation. Babe, you can do this. I believe in you. You don't have to go too far out. Just go with your natural instinct. Speak from the heart. And that is somebody with words of affirmation. You are speaking their love language when you are speaking to them sincerely.
Excellent. I think, you know what, I fall into words of affirmation.
Me too.
I'm going to do the test again because the last time I did, words of affirmation wasn't my first, but I find myself it's more of the things I hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So before we go on, guys, again, I've put the link in there. If you want to join us or to ask a question, just click on that and then you can join us. So we're moving on to the next one, which is quality time.
Ooh la la.
Yay.
Right. Quality time. Okay, so this group is all about time spent with them. Okay. Now, when I say time spent with them and quality time, it's not good enough for us to sit in the same room and say we are spending quality time together. That is not spending time together. That is, we are in close proximity with each other. Okay, so it's not spending quality time together. This group, you've got to give. And when I say you've got to give yourself. You've got to give yourself to this person in this group. Anything short of that, I'm sorry, you are missing the point. You are not speaking this person's love language, okay? And this is the most difficult group sometimes. And the reason why I'm saying it's the most difficult group is because it is self. You are giving self. You can't go out and buy a gift. You can't say anything else to them. You are giving self. And the whole idea of love is love, we are called to give. Okay, so quality time, what are some of the things that you can do? Okay, so what are some of the things that you can do is the first thing you need to do is if you're with somebody whose love language is quality time, you need to find out from them what are some of the things that they like to do.
Okay.
My worry here is don't go and spend quality time with somebody that loves quality time and do something that you like to do. You're missing the point. Okay. If you go and spend quality time with somebody whose love language is quality time, but you go and do stuff that you like to do, you are spending time with yourself, not with that person. They are in there with you, but they are not having fun.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is find out what that person likes to do. What does quality time mean to that person? What do they like to do? Get the list of what they like to do. And when they give you the list, maybe tell them to put the list in order of priority. Okay. So you've got what's a hit on their list all the way to the very last end. And try and pick out the stuff that they like to do, but they know that you don't pretty much like to do it, but you're doing it because of them.
Okay.
It would mean much more to them knowing that, okay, this person doesn't even like doing this, but they are taking the time out to do this with me. And when you're going in with a quality time person, please, all distractions away. No phones. No phones, nothing to distract you, me and you. Okay, be engaging in that time. Understand the need. Be engaging in that time. Understand the whole idea. If it's a movie they want to watch, let them pick that movie. You don't pick it. Let them pick that movie. Say to them, pick a movie. If you are going to cook something, yes, it's equally meant to be exciting for you to, but remember, you are trying to please the other and not yourself. And that's why you have to go with the things that they like to do. Okay. So don't assume that the fact that we are sitting in the same room and you've picked a movie and you're watching and I came to join you means you're spending quality time with me. No, I've come to sit next to you. We're in close proximity. We are going to finish and I'm going to go my separate way and still don't feel like I've been loved. Because it had nothing to do with me at all. It was everything to do with you. And I just came to join you. Okay. So this is why I say you have to give yourself. You die, the person lives. That's it.
That I think that's one of the hardest sign of the self. To give onto the other. Yeah.
You die, the person literally lives. And the person whose love language is quality time is gonna love and appreciate you back for it because you are giving them the time that they want. Okay. So that's quality time.
I love that statement. You die, so they live.
Yes.
It's all about sacrificial giving, really.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, if you think about it, you know, being in a relationship or a union is all about giving to each other. And it brings me to a point where people say, you know, we give a 50-50. I don't believe in that. I believe come with 100%. Let me come with my 100% and it all. So yes, I love that. Okay, so there is a question, I believe. What if your spouse wants to spend quality time by themselves alone? Good question.
Okay, that's a good question. So then, okay, so if they want to spend quality time by themselves alone, Terry, the question probably is, ask yourself, is that their lead love language? Okay. So for me, if you are going to share in love, if somebody wants to spend quality time by themselves alone, that is not their lead language. Love, quality time is not their lead love language, because the whole idea of love is to share. You can't love yourself. You can, but you can't love yourself. In this setting or in a marriage, you go into a marriage not for yourself. Don't get me wrong. Everybody should at one point spend some quality time all by themselves. Okay. Now, Terry, if this person loves to spend time by themselves and their actual lead love language is quality time, then I tell you what you can do. You can buy them a gift that they can go and spend time with themselves. So treat them to a spa. Okay, they can go by themselves. If they like to play football, buy them a ticket. They can go by themselves. If there's something that they like doing by themselves, get them a gift that they can go and do by themselves, or make room for them to go and have that quality time with themselves. They'll appreciate you for you. We women, we like me time. Get her to the nail bar. Go and spend time with yourself. What would you like to do? Or ask the question, what would you like to do today? What can I give you to go and spend quality time with yourself? They can say, oh, well, you know, take the kids out. Maybe they want to be at home alone. So you take the kids out so the house is peaceful for them to spend quality time with themselves. But I can tell you now that if that person's lead role is quality time, they don't want to be by themselves. They want to be with you.
With you. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, there's a question that was sent to me here. What if my spouse refuses to spend that quality time?
Okay. What if they refuse to spend that quality time? Have you communicated to them that it's your lead love language? And have you communicated to them that this is what makes me feel loved by you? If you've communicated that to them, and they still can't spend quality time with you, darling, I'm sorry. You need to go into that secret room of prayer and pray, because love is all about giving.
It's all about
giving. It's not about the biggest gestures. You can't say to me that somebody would not want to spend quality time with you and you think that they love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let us wake up, okay? if that person loves you, they would give you that time. Not all the time, okay? There would be barriers also. Don't be too needy as well, okay? Don't be too needy as well. They also need room for themselves. But there has to be the right balance. Balance is the word. There has to be the right balance. So if they don't want to spend quality time with you, ask yourself that question, or ask them, do they understand what that quality time means to you? Do they really understand what that does to your love emotional tank? Do they understand how that fills you up? Do they understand the need? If they are not understanding that need, then it's two things. It's time for you guys to go and see a counselor. It's time for you guys to take to the next level. It's time to get some professional help, because they need to get to that place where they understand that quality time means a lot to you. Because from the onset, when you started dating each other, don't tell me you didn't spend time with each other. You did.
You
did. You did spend time with each other, and that is how you even got to get married. So at one point, that person gave you that time. So find out, maybe are you asking for too much time, so they're not having time to do things themselves? Again, it's all about balance. Or is it are you asking for quality time at the right time? Okay, they may also be going through an emotional stress time or a stressful time. So it's about getting engaged in it, getting the right balance. But first, ask the question. Make sure they understand that this is my lead love language. Make sure they understand that this is what drives me. This is what fills my tank up. And you not spending time with me, I don't feel you love me. And if they do, they'll make that time for you.
Okay, we have another question from Effah Love. With regards to quality time, what example, they like watching horror movies and you don't, or an activity you hate, what do you do?
Okay.
That's the one. Thank you, Effah.
Okay, so I don't like watching horror movies. I am a scaredy cat. Yikes. Okay. So quality time is not necessarily about what we are doing. It's about why we are doing it. FY. Okay, so this person likes horror movies, you don't. It doesn't mean you can't sit next to them and close your eyes and squirm and be next to them. Okay, so you can still watch the movie with them, but sit close to them, cross your legs, put your legs on them, let them know you are there. Yes, let them know you are there.
Listen, the movie will not even end.
The movie won't end. The movie won't end. Shrug their thighs. Let them know you are there. Pinch them. Squeeze them tight. Hold them in. Hold them in. Let them know you are there, because quality time is you being there in that time, in that moment. That's where sacrifice comes in, right, F1? That is where you give. So that's what we said. This whole thing is all about giving. It's not about you. But yes, so to answer your question, if you don't like the horror movie, but they do, still sit with them. You don't have to watch it. Like I said, be under their arms, do everything you can. You don't have to watch it, And when the horror scene comes on, grab them, kiss them. This is the time for you to do something else.
Let's go to the comment. Okay, so Effah said some sacrifices bring trauma. And then Michael came in and said, cuddle them up with ice cream.
Exactly.
Belinda said, Effah, cover your eyes with the sheets and cuddle. I am loving the comment section, guys.
Keep it coming, guys.
Michael came back and said, cop a feel, laugh out loud.
Exactly. Get innovative. Get innovative. Okay. You can still be in, when the horror scene comes on, put some headphones in, but be with them. Let them feel your presence. Let them actually feel your presence, that you are there. And if they understand that you don't like a horror movie, but you are sat there watching it with them, not necessarily looking at the screen, but you are there, they would appreciate you for it.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, so we're talking about quality time, and there was something you mentioned earlier on within that. I think when I asked the question on what if your spouse doesn't want to spend that quality time, and then you suggested counseling.
Yes.
Let me bring in quickly. I know we're not talking about counseling, but quickly, let me just bring a question in. Because again, I've heard couples say it's almost like their counseling was like the first, probably up to a year before they got married, and then after that, that was it. Would you advise an ongoing counseling, or after that it's fine?
Okay. I would say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? They say. Okay. Counseling keeps your marriage going.
Thank you.
So keep doing it. Don't go counseling just before you get married and leave it there. Whilst you are in the marriage, you do need counseling. Invest in your marriage. Invest in your marriage. Honestly, it's the little thing you can do for yourself, but it's gonna go a long way. Counseling is not even just for yourself. As you both are growing, you are changing. Your family unit is coming in. You're having children. You even have to go to counseling as being the whole family unit all together. So frequent counseling is really important. Don't wait till there's a problem before you go counseling. Go counseling and then counteract the problem, because whilst the problem is going to come, it's going to come. You can't do anything about it. But being equipped and having the right counseling would also help you when the problem arises. You would know exactly how to deal with it. Don't wait till it's too late or your marriage is breaking before you run to a counselor. I've been in counseling. I still go into counseling. Between me and my husband, we are still in counseling. We do pay and invest in that. So please, okay, just as it is, invest in your marriage. I beg you. Counseling is important. Just don't do it at the premarital stage and then when you get married and then that's it. It's an ongoing thing. The same way you buy a vehicle and you put fuel in it to drive it, to maintain it. Counseling is the fuel you need for your marriage to drive. Okay. Aside speaking to God, aside prayer and everything else, invest in a professional counselor. It would keep your marriage going.
Excellent. And to add on to that, I mean, I've also seen it, just as, you know, these are some of the things we're discussing here. When you go into counseling, you realize, oh, okay, so it's not just me going through it. You know, sometimes you actually do feel like, am I the only one? You see, so with regular counseling, it actually do help you to realize that you're not the only one. And then you learn. I mean, knowledge is power. We cannot stress that enough. So thank you, sis, on that. Okay, moving on to the next one. Giving of gifts. Hey.
Right. So this group, okay. This one, out of all the 5 love languages, this one is the easiest.
Okay.
And the reason why I say this one is the easiest is because it's all about giving of gifts. So this group, they love gifts.
I'm there.
Give them something. Give them something. They want something to hold. Give them a phone. Give them a mouse. Give them anything, you know. And this group, a lot of people think that, oh my God, if I'm with somebody that likes receiving gifts, oh my God, it's gonna be expensive. If I'm with somebody that likes receiving gifts, oh, they are gold diggers. No. You got it wrong. The same way you like to spend quality time, and the same way you like to hear words, and the same way you like to be touched, is the same way they just like to receive gifts. They don't care about how much you spend. Okay. Their job is to receiving of gifts. However you give it, just keep the gifts coming. Okay. Now, if you're with somebody, and I gave this analogy the other time, I said there are 52 weeks in a year. Okay. So even if you decide to give them 1 gift a week, that's 52 gifts the whole year. 52 gifts. They're not asking it to be the most expensive thing. Trust me, if they are dictating and asking you for the most expensive gifts and stuff, receiving of gifts is not their first love language. If receiving of gifts is their love language, they don't care. They don't care how much you spend on it. They don't even care if you didn't spend anything on it. So you can go out, pick a bunch of flowers out, like wildflowers, bunch it up, bring it home and say, honey, I got you flowers, and they'll love you for it. You can buy a chocolate bar, they'll love you for it. You can buy earrings, they'll love you for it. You can go extravagant and buy a car, they'll love you for it. The cost does not matter to this group. It's about the act, and the act is giving, and the act to them is you saying to them, I love you that much. Look, I thought of you and I got you this. So it's not about how much you spend on them. Don't get me wrong. If you've got the dollar and you want to spend it on them, spend the dollar on them. Okay. If you've got it and you want to spend it on them, spend it on them. But if you're with this person, you need to change your mindset, not them. You need to change your mindset in the sense of you need to change your mindset that, okay, I'm going to spend something on them. And don't think spending on them is got to be extravagant, like I said, okay? It's got to start with the little things. So you can spend as little as going to buy a chocolate bar or as big as buying them a car or a house, okay? Theirs is to receive. And you communicate you love them better by giving them gifts. They want something that when they pick up, it reminds them of you. They want something tangible to hold, to say, my duffel, my husband, my lover bought me this, they just want to put that earring on and feel good. Say, he loves me. Look, he got me this earring. They just, or even when they eat the chocolate and it's long gone, they'll still appreciate you for it. I'll tell you something. There was a time my husband got me red roses, okay? And it was just out of the blue. It wasn't because of Valentine. It wasn't because of anything. That's one thing too about receiving of gifts. Do not wait till it's a special occasion. Don't. You don't wait to love somebody only on special occasions. You need to be consistent with it, okay? Remember, this is feeding into their love language. So do not wait and say, I'm going to wait till it's your birthday to buy you a gift. Everybody else outside waits till it's their birthday to buy them a gift. You are with them. You are with them. They love you. You love them. Show them you love them. Buy them a gift. So my husband got me roses, nice deep red roses. And let me tell you what, I love the roses that much. When they died, I refused to put them in the bin. I refused to put them in the bin. So I made them dry out and I took the petals out. And when I took the petals out, I put them in a nice bowl, okay? And I put oil on it, scented oils on it, and made it into potpourri. Okay? Every time I walk, so those flowers in his head, they are long gone. They are not. They are still in my kitchen. Okay, it's in but that should tell you, because it meant a lot to me. And it didn't matter that it was not Valentine's or anything. It was the thought of him going out thinking, I'm gonna buy this woman flowers. And I made, because it meant that much to me, I've held on to it. It's that precious. I've held it. And every time I walk past, I'm like, oh, that time when he got me those flowers. You understand? So it's not about how much you spend on them. It's about the act of doing it.
Okay. Whew, I am really learning and I love this. Okay, so there's a question, another private one. So what if my spouse bought me something I didn't really like?
Okay. Right. So this is very sensitive. Okay. So feedback, it's a very important tool and it's a very great tool. But how are you giving the feedback? You've got to be constructive. You've got to be tactile with this, and you've got to be sensitive with this, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is that person has gone out of their way to get you a gift. You don't like the gift, it's absolutely fine. They won't always get it right, okay? Now have the conversation to say, first of all, when you go in to have the conversation, make sure you acknowledge the gift that you even don't like. Make sure you acknowledge it. Make sure you understand that you know their thought process that went into getting you the gift. And then say to them, I see that you like to buy me gifts a lot, and I really appreciate you buying me gifts, and I see the thought process behind it, and I appreciate the effort behind it. Let me make your task even easier for you. Here's a little list of the things that I like, okay? Choose anything from this list for me and you'll be fine, because I understand that sometimes I may be a very difficult person to buy for. You see what you've done there? You've taken the blame off them and put it on you. I am a very difficult person to buy for, because you are, okay? And because they're not getting it right. So you say to them, I appreciate what you're doing. I love the thought process behind it. But here I am. Here is a gift, and here is a list of the things that I would like, and choose anything out of that gift for me as whenever you want to. You are coming in as if you are doing them the favor. So you're not being sneaky with it. No, you're not. You're not being sneaky with it. You are trying to give them a list. And then maybe they might ask, so why are you giving me a list? You can be honest.
Okay.
Be honest, please.
Okay.
Honesty is the best policy.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with them and say, in as much as you bought me this gift and I appreciate it, I feel like I'm not going to use it. And it hurts me to know that you bought me something that I'm not going to use.
Yeah.
And therefore, do you mind me going to exchange it for something that I would like, that I like? And it's not you being unappreciated, because you have said, I appreciate the gift.
Yeah.
But you are being honest with them and pointing them in the right direction. And you are being constructive with it. That's the thing. Be tactile, be constructive with it. And before you go in, please pray. Please pray.
That's right. That's right. The heart of the king is in the heart of God.
Exactly. Please pray about it. And God would guide you on how to go about speaking to that person. Yeah. But like I said, be constructive and you'll be fine.
Because in that kind of situation, it's all about the way you will communicate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So let me go back just one sec. Belinda said something. You can also have pillow talks just before you sleep to iron out certain things which has occurred during the day you like and not like. I like that, Belinda. Thank you. Absolutely. So that would come in under when we were talking about counseling. She actually said that. Thank you for that, Belinda. Excellent. Okay. So
Belinda.
Terry said, "Yep, praise instead of attacking." That's right, Terry. Praise instead of attacking. That is excellent. Anyone has any more questions or want to come up and say something? Any contribution, please, by all means come. Otherwise, we're moving on to physical touch.
Whoa la la.
Whoa, yay.
Right, physical touch. Okay, obviously, again, it speaks for itself. It's all about the touch, and the touch has to be tactile, and the touch has to be tangible. So it has to be physical. I need to feel the touch. Okay. Yeah. So if you are with somebody or yourself, you've got your lead role as a physical touch. It means you like to be touched. Okay. Yeah. So you feel loved more when you feel the warmth of a touch. Now, what do I mean by the warmth of a touch? Okay, so it can be as simple as a hug. It can be as simple as a tap on the shoulder whilst the person is talking to you, your hand is resting on their shoulder. It can be as simple as a shoulder rub, a nice massage, you know. It can be as simple as playing footsies under the table, rubbing your leg against each other's leg. It can be as warm as giving them a hug from behind. Okay. It can be as flirty as hitting them on their bum. You know. and then it can lead to the extreme bits of, you know, all the little other foreplays and stuff that you do. But you have to physically touch. They need to feel the warmth, you know, whether it is a hard touch, whether it's a soft touch, you know. So it's all about touch. They want to feel loved, and the way they feel loved is to feel your presence skin to skin on them. Okay. So that is physical touch. Everybody has got a level of touch that they are comfortable with. The best person to give you, the best person to communicate how they want to be touched by is your other half. Ask the question. What? I'm laughing because I found out this week that I did a test again. And the first time I did the test, my lead was words of affirmation. The second time that I did the test, my lead is physical touch. And that's why I'm laughing, because I love to touch. Skin to skin, bone to bone. Yes, sorry. Exactly. I love to touch. Like I really do love to touch. So yes, so it's the warmth of it. It's the warm hugs. It's the pat on the shoulder. It's the playful hit here and there. It's the groping. It's everything else, and it's to and then you can go to the extreme, however you want it.
Yeah.
You make your own thing, but go with the flow. This person loves to be touched, so get in it. This chat room is getting.
That's why it's cracking me up.
You know, you and touching. Okay, so you can be doing little touches during the day. She's cooking or he's cooking. Sneak behind them, touch them. You know, get it on. You know, oh, kiss on the neck. I love that, kiss on the neck. You know, pet their ears. Do whatever it is. But I tell you what, all this touching is gonna lead to a big bang. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay? So you've got to be up for that as well. Because if that person loves physical touch, don't think you're just touching them, because it's gonna lead to some.
Yeah.
And be ready for the some. Because you can't be touching them in all ways and don't expect that to happen. So that's gonna happen.
I love that.
But again, like you said, there are levels of touching. So make sure again that you've got the right balance.
Excellent. Okay, so that's the last of it. But before we end everything, the first question I want to ask about it is that can we all fit in, you know, every one of these 5?
Okay, so we can all fit in every one of these 5. Okay, but you are always gonna have a lead. You're always going to have a lead, and we are adaptable beings. We are born to be like that. So all 5 love languages, in as much as you have a lead love language, so in as much as you have a lead role, you fit into all 5. Okay, so in as much as my lead currently is physical touch, that doesn't mean that just touch me and leave the rest. No. Still do what you're doing. So I'm asking you, touch me more. Okay, touch me more. Speak to me. Say the words of affirmation. Still buy me the gifts. Okay, still spend time with me. Okay, and do all of those things. So we fit into every single pocket. That's why when you do the test, it doesn't just give you one thing. It gives you the percentage of each bit based on what you were saying. Okay, so based on what you pick, it gives you a percentage of everything. So you fit into the whole group of it, the whole love language, you fit into it. And that is why you can take the test today, you'll be 1, and then you can take the test in about a week or 2 weeks, and it changes again. Sometimes how you are feeling would affect the test. Okay. So it may change that. Okay, currently you're doing the words of affirmation really well, but maybe you're falling down on physical touch. So all of a sudden, I want to be touched more.
Okay.
So we do fit into every group. You won't find one person that has got just the one. Okay. They'll have a lead. But it doesn't mean that you stop doing the rest. You do all 5. But they have a preference.
Okay. All right. The other question that I wanted to ask was, have you forgotten? I'm just laughing at the comments still in my head.
These are my people.
They say what? The pastor just left the chat. If only pastor will stay and teach the congregation this, he will have peace.
Oh my God. You know what? You've hit the nail on the head. And I'm not trying to deviate from what we are talking about, but it's really important for the churches to start. They couldn't drum this more in, because when you are going to counseling, and as somebody who had also been through counseling 11 years ago, if they told me about the love languages, trust me, half of my problems would have been solved. Okay. Half of my problems have been solved by now, but we spent a lot of time in counseling telling us all the things about, oh yes, try and do the abstinence thing. Don't get me wrong, it is good, and it's really, really good. But we are getting to that new age where it's not just about the abstinence thing anymore. It's about understanding how we can carry on loving each other, how we can give to each other. The whole marriage is not just built on abstinence. It's not, the platform is not just about abstaining. The whole marriage, because once you're married, that abstinence goes out of the window. It goes out of the window. The rest of our marriages together, the rest of our lifetime together, we need to speak the love language of each other. We need to love. We are called to love. The whole idea of going into a marriage is to give, is to be of service to one another. Okay, so enough of the abstinence. We get it, we understand it. We don't even need any more preaching on abstinence. Teach me on love. Teach me on how to be a good wife. Teach me on how to be a good husband. Teach me on how to be of service in my marriage. So sorry, I'm not trying to bash the church here, because they're doing a fab job. But I think we need to sprinkle some new vibe into that.
We have to. Somebody just send me a message that if only my church will stop the tongues all the time.
Kabaya.
Listen, guys.
Kabaya, it's really important. Let's be
it's good, but
let's educate each other more, and let's encourage each other more in the churches, and like somebody said earlier, I think I saw a comment that said some of these love language should be taught in schools. Yes, because the love language does not even just stop in our marriages. We carry on our kids. I've known people that, based on them growing up, because they didn't have that relationship in there, they've brought it into their marriages, and it's affecting some of us, So that's why we said it plays. So I am begging parents on here, please, if you can, the love language is not just about married couples, it extends to your kids as well. Know your kids' love language. Okay, as they grow, they will change. It's not always about buying of gifts for them. Okay, as they grow, some of them will want quality time. As they grow, some of them will want words of affirmation. Your teenager as they grow, they might want you to say certain things to them. If you are a parent here and you are not used to hearing "I love you," it doesn't mean you can't say it to your child. Yes, you might be doing the acts of service and stuff to your child, but as far as they are aware, that is your role as a parent. That is your role as a parent. It doesn't communicate love to them because you are being a parent. Okay, so it's also essential to say to your child, "I love you." Let them hear those words. Spend quality time with them. It's not all about the cooking, the cleaning, and the washing of clothes. Let them feel your love too. Sorry, I had to push that boat out.
I think it was good.
I had to bring that in because it's one of the things that I'm passionate about. And you can see again, culture has played a big role. There's this thing that we do, and we need to stop it. Burma insu, a man should not cry. Can you stop it right now? Can you just stop it right now, everybody? Okay.
So even if a boy is crying, it's like
let him cry. Let them express their emotions, because we've now grown, and that poor woman is married to a man that you once said to say Berman. So even when it's time for him to show his emotions, he cannot bring out his emotions. Yes, there's a time and place, but sometimes grabbing your wife in when she's crying, or being able to bring her in and get her to understand, rather than trying to be the tough man here and there. And I'm sorry, man, I'm not trying to bash you, because we do have some emotional men on here. So I'm not trying to bash you guys, but I am just saying, as parents, when your kid is crying and it's a boy, please don't say have the right balance. Don't say Bema Insu. Yes, they need to man up. They need to man up, but manning up has got nothing to do with you crying. It's an emotional need. God gave us the tears in our eyes for a reason. Okay, we are meant to shed those tears. Yes, they shouldn't cry over petty things. So you can speak to them. Look, it's petty. Don't cry over it. Okay, or you've cried enough. It's okay. But don't tell them don't cry, because they bottle all that in. They don't know how to show emotions anymore because they are not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to show emotions. So yeah, there we go. Sorry, I am passionate about that.
No, sis, it's good. So some of the comments, Belinda said, please, so men cry, let all the emotions out.
Yes, men
Terry
cry.
said, we'll cry and use it against us. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Terry just said, we will cry and they will use it against us when we are having a misunderstanding. Now, that is petty, whoever does that. That is very petty. What have you got to say about it, sis?
Okay, so women, can we just stop it right now? Okay. Yeah. Can you just stop it? If a man is showing emotion that he's crying, crying is not a sign of weakness. If anything, it's a sign of strength.
For me, it's romantic.
Exactly. For me, I'll sit there and cry with you. Okay. So can you just stop it right now and stop saying the word is, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use the language again, Bemakotobonku. Stop that.
Yeah.
Stop that. Okay. It's not. This person is showing an emotion. Just as you are able to cry. Yeah. Just as you are able to cry, he is also allowed to cry. The fact that he's a man doesn't mean that he's not allowed to cry. He is equally allowed to cry. So you can't use that against them. In their weakness, they are showing you how vulnerable they can be.
That's the word, vulnerability.
They're showing you how vulnerable they can be, and you're going to use that against them. Sister, check your life.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Yeah. So, Bridget said a lot of people do what Terry said. Nah.
Yes, you can't. You can't do that. You need to get to that point. You need to get to that point where you get some self-awareness. Okay, knowledge is power. Educate yourself. You can't use that right now. You can't use that as anything against a man. A man is showing you his pure, vulnerable self. Where in the world, or where in the Bible, or where anywhere did you see that men are not meant to cry? Why did God give them a tear duct then?
Good question.
Why have they got a tear duct then? Yeah. Oh, so on your wedding day, when he sheds tears as you walk down the aisle, it's okay for him to cry.
Oh, Michael said, I cried on my wedding day when my wife was walking down the aisle. It doesn't give me a wet lettuce. Listen, that is so...
Exactly. So it's okay. And you think, oh my God, it's so romantic. He cried on the wedding day. But when he's vulnerable any other day, look at him. Look at him. You are crying. Allow the man to cry. In that time, maybe is a sign for you to understand that maybe there's a deep emotional feeling going on. Maybe there's depression somewhere else. Maybe there's an underlying cause. So rather than you coming in and attacking or trying to say, oh, look at you, maybe you need to put your arms around this man and say, I know shedding those tears was a hard thing for you to do, but I'm glad I saw them. What is the root cause of your tears? How can I meet you somewhere else? What can I do to make it better? Okay. And when we are in love, if you're going to get into marriage and you can't be vulnerable in front of each other, and you can't be naked in front of each other, and where my nakedness is not about taking off clothes, okay? My nakedness is letting that person in, letting that person see everything else about you, letting that person feel all that emotion about you. If you can't do that, then I'm sorry. Don't get married. If you can't do that, if you can't show your nakedness towards each other, then I'm sorry, you are in the wrong marriage. If you can't cry in front of your wife and she won't take you as you are and not use it against you, then I'm sorry. She needs counseling. She needs counseling. She needs to understand that when God created you, look, Jesus wept. What do you think he did? Jesus wept. What do you think he did?
Yes. What better
do you think he did? What do you think he did? Okay, he was showing his emotion. A whole Jesus wept. Please, your man is not a savior. He is man. He is as vulnerable as you are. Allow him to cry. And put your arms around him. Okay, put your arms around him, and you go in there and you shed a tear or two too. Okay.
Oh, this has been interesting. I can't believe the time is up.
Oh my God, yes.
It's gone so quick, but honestly, wow. I have learned a lot tonight, and I pray that everybody else has. And we will definitely be doing this again. Definitely. So many other topics, and looking at the questions and the comments there. it's clear to see that there's a lot of things going on that we
Yes, there
don't
is.
talk about, and especially in the church setting. So
Mm,
this
mm,
platform is great that
mm.
you're able to come here and do this. So definitely we'll be doing this again. But before we leave, I just want to say, Marion, you are a gem. You are a God sent, and just like we were talking about yesterday, this with this sort of, should I say, ministry, you can't do it by yourself.
No.
And I'm just so happy and glad that God brought you my way.
Me
Because
too.
I know that both of us on both our platforms, things are gonna happen and lives are gonna be changed.
Amen. Amen.
So thank you so much, Marion. Thank you to your husband.
All mine.
Thank you to your family. Thank you, everyone that came on tonight to listen with your comments, with your questions, and everything. You can find Marion on Instagram. Please, would you like to give all the details?
Okay, so I am on Instagram, and my handle is at mom, MOM, by Marion. Okay, so Mom by Marion, which is Ministry of Marriage by Marion. So that is my Instagram handle. If there's anything, any questions or anything at all, feel free to DM me, and I would answer whatever it is that you want to do. Even if you just want somebody to speak to, trust me, I'll make the time for you, and we can have a chat, whatever it is, by the leading of God, obviously. All this thing that we do, thank you. All this thing that we do is not by our might. And don't get us wrong, we are not in this ministry because we've got it all figured out.
Nope.
I'm sorry. If you think we've got it all figured out, don't be deceived. We are learning. We are learning. What we are doing now is we are learning, and we are holding each other accountable. Okay, so it's the accountability of it, because I can't come here and sit here and say all these things, and then when the live is off, if my husband is crying, I'll be like, Joey, fix yourself up. No, that won't happen, because I have to practice what I preach too. So we are not perfect beings. We are imperfect people trying to find our way here and there. So so that's my handle. So it's at Mom by Marion. Thank you for putting that up. Thank you.
That's fine. And thank you so much once again. I don't want to go. I just but anyway, we have to, so that we can, make time for, coming back another day. But guys, as she said, please contact her, contact me if you have any questions. If you have any topic as well that you want us to treat, please, by all means, bring it up. And we'll do that. Let me just read this. Belinda says, before my husband became my husband, he cried at his lowest, and that's the moment I fell in love with him. He showed his vulnerability, and that was it for me. You see? There we go. So yes, vulnerability is key as well in any relationship, especially marriage. So guys, thank you so much, and we hope and pray that you have learned something as well. As I said, we will definitely come back with more of this, so stay tuned.
Anna, can I thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you very, very much for hosting me. I know it's not always easy to get people, because this is your audience. So thank you. God bless you. And we'll speak.
Definitely. Okay. So guys, see you all later, and bye. Have a blessed evening. Bye.
Bye.